One of the things that's come out of October 7th for me is this realization that I don't know enough about our own Jewish history. And you might be thinking, Mel, what does that have to do with October 7th? But I want to explain to you. As someone who uses my social media to teach about Judaism, to teach about Israel, I realize that there's just so much that I don't have the answers to. And especially when we're talking about Jewish history and the fact that the Jewish people have lived in Judea for thousands of years, so much of that history comes from the Torah, which is also referred to as the Old Testament. Now, I want to point out that the Old Testament for Jewish people is not the same as the Christian Old Testament. And a big part of that is because of the way that we learn the Old Testament. Holding right here, actually, this is the Parsha that we just read this week. The Parsha is the Torah portion. And this week was all about building the Mishkan, or the tabernacle, which, fun fact, is actually where we get the laws of Shabbos from. Because the 39 types of work that we don't do on Shabbos actually come from the way that the Mishkan was built. All of our history is just right here in these books. I just think that is so cool. And honestly, when you go to Israel, you see the stories from the Torah come to life. So we don't just open up this book right here and read it and that's it. We actually focus on the commentary as well. Because every single word, every single letter of the Torah has meaning. And the most influential Jewish commentator of the Middle Ages was a man named Rashi. You can actually see his name right there on the side. I feel like when we were kids and we were learning from the Torah, Rashi was actually the first commentator that we learned with. You can see right here that we have the Hebrew from the Torah, and then all down there, that is all commentary. And as I'm reconnecting with the stories from the Torah and learning the commentary with Rashi and other commentators, I'm excited that I'm actually going to go visit his shul this summer in France. It's actually going to be one of the first stops on the Kosher River Cruise that I'm going on with Kosher Rica. Just to show you a little bit of what his shul looks like from the outside, and how cool is this from the inside of the shul. I think it's so special to be able to go back in time like this and reconnect with our history. Because the best way to learn to be better is to learn from our history. You learn the good, you learn the bad, you learn everything along the way. And I'm just really grateful to Kosher Rica that they invite me to be a part of these cruises and that I get to share it all with you guys. And hopefully some of you actually join me on the cruise too.